out to LTTV. Shout out to LTTV.
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, let's get right into this one. There's a lot of fabrications going on in the media actively when it comes to this Chris Brown situation. What does Michael Jackson and that intro have to do with it? Who knows? But Michael Jackson and the tribute is getting spun into this story when it comes to Teyana Taylor's involvement in this alleged packing out of Usher. Let's get into the video. We're going to get into all the evidence. We're going to get into the people that are coming on the internet to fabricate tales, i.e. Tasha K and Whack 100. Let's get into this. First, we're going to get into the backstory. We're going to get into proof, and then we're going to get into the fabrications. Make sure you hit the like button upon entry. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Subscribing is the only way you could join the chat. Let's get it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Now, this is Usher hosting Chris Brown's birthday party. Keep everything in context. This is Chris Brown's birthday party. We have a bunch of celebrities here, a bunch of R&B singers. Teyana Taylor's there. She was invited as a guest. There's no issue with her. I don't know where that fabrication came from. This is all clout chasing by the media to get confirmation and to get more spin when people try to deny it. They want to reach out. They want these celebrities to reach out to their platforms for traction right now. This is dusty times in the media. Let's get into this.
Happy birthday, Breezy. Happy.
Hey, yo, we're here having a great time. See y'all soon.
This is Usher the day after allegedly getting packed out by Chris Brown and his crew. People just want to throw all sorts of dirt on Chris Brown's name. That's what it comes down to. Everyone believes all negative press when it comes to Chris Brown. And the media will just run with it. They're like, no one's going to believe it. Chris Brown's not going to come out and defend all the claims. They're just going to get away with throwing dirt on his name constantly. Usher posted this video at his, what's it called, Lovers and Friends Festival, looking unharmed. The storyline made no sense. We're going to get into let's get into all the details, y'all. What up, chat? Him with Buster. And this is the Shade Room. At least the Shade Room tried to clean it up, because the Shade Room reported it as well. At first, it was all sorts of miscellaneous dusty profiles on Twitter that bought the verification, that thought they can just run with this news and post it. Somebody sold a fraudulent video to TMZ, where TMZ posted it and tried to use it as evidence as, oh, this is the backstory to what happened. And it only shows Chris Brown skating off after saying a couple of words to Usher with Tiana Taylor in the background at his party. There was no conflict there. They're all good. You see Chris Brown on stage the day after, following the alleged packing out of Usher at Usher's festival. So the Shade Room somewhat retracted their statement, but they didn't actually clean it up. They just showed that he was here. They didn't clean up the whole fraudulent claims that they put against Chris Brown to make his character even sullied more, because they're trying to make it look like, oh, he was coming at Tiana Taylor. Chris Brown physically abusive against women. That's what they're saying. And Usher, the good guy, coming to protect somebody else's wife, like Iman Shumpert couldn't protect her himself if that was the case, but that wasn't the case. None of that shit was happening. None of it happened.
It's a total fabrication.
Stop the cap.
On stage with Bow Wow. They performed the song together later, Usher and Chris Brown.
So here's what happened. Do you remember? I think it was the American Music Awards or the VMAs. One of them. They were supposed to use Chris Brown to do a tribute to Michael Jackson.
Now here comes Tasha K with the cap. Always Tasha K. Always lying, trying to get relevant in one of these stories. She's seen it trending on Twitter. Nobody was running the story for a reason. Everybody was apprehensive because we needed some sort of proof to run the story. There was no proof at all. So until there's proof, anybody running this story, wait for it, y'all.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
And let's get into this.
Okay, do y'all remember that? And Chris Brown was planning the production and everything. Tiana Taylor, as well as Sierra, was supposed to be a part of the tribute going down. Both of them later found out that they had commitments that they could not get out of. So they told Chris they couldn't do it. But because Chris is closer to Tiana, he felt like slighted. Like,
Stop the cap.
The tribute got canceled for various reasons in relation to Michael Jackson's licensing. It had nothing to do with Chris Brown, Tiana Taylor, or any of them. They tried to use Chris Brown as a scapegoat because they always do. I remember reporting on that. They tried to scapegoat Chris Brown. See, the thing about reporting on Chris Brown is one thing you realize where all these media outlets do. 9 times out of 10, anything they publish is cap. 9 times out of 10. So you really have to be careful when it comes to story in regards to Chris Brown, because all they want to do is sully his name. That's why Chris Brown he's always vocal about not fucking with the American media, because they're always trying to sully his name in some sort of way. Let's get back into this. But even independent media, we got to do a better job.
why are you pulling out? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like we best friends. Like they are so close that even regarding the Rihanna situation, Tiana Taylor will take up for like Chris Brown. Y'all gonna have to excuse me because I'm hung over. I didn't get up till 5. I didn't get home till 5 a.m. and then I got up at 8 a.m.
She's probably wearing the same dress that she left out in.
Then I went back to sleep.
Cause what's going on with all this out?
And I just got up because I got off the phone. Like, this person called me and was like, Tasha, here's the drop, okay? This is exactly what happened. So he felt some type of way because in his heart, he felt like Tiana maybe got the message about the American Music Awards not using him, right? And so he felt like, he felt slighted. He felt disrespected. So he's been mad with her ever since that situation. Now, here's what happened at the skate party that Usher threw for him. Now, him and Usher have the same teams. The only difference is, like, team, management team, all that. The only difference between him and Usher is marketable. Chris Brown is not. No one wants to fool with Chris Brown really on a mainstream level.
Oh shit, hold on, y'all.
How did this happen? Who was the idiot that did this?
I'm sorry, y'all.
The only difference between him and Usher is Usher for him. Now, him and Usher have the same teams. The only difference is, like, team, management team, all that. The only difference between him and Usher is marketable. Chris Brown is not.
Stop the cap.
Right.
The only difference is the media targets Chris Brown randomly and refuses to let go of an incident that happened how long ago? How long ago did that Rihanna incident happen? They refuse to let go of that, and they try to keep making him try to be the bad guy. He was enjoying a birthday party. Nothing happened. You're trying to hold him accountable for some shit that happened with Rihanna years ago, and the media will not let it go. They will not let him flourish. You'll have hit after hit. They will not let him flourish. It's insanity. It's like they got to get over it and move on at some point.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
Not condoning the actions, but we got the perspective, we got the apology, we got the contrition, we got the community service hours, we got the decade of a fucked up career, and people just continuously run false media reports on Chris Brown.
No one wants to fool with Chris Brown really on a mainstream level because of that Rihanna situation, okay? So he hasn't really, even though he's been top of the charts, he's been able to sell his own records, but when it comes to endorsements, when it comes to things like that, they don't really fuck with Chris Brown like that, okay?
Yo, mods, get Mayhem's dead out of here. We're not having it today. No zest in the chat today. We ain't doing this today. Nope. Fuck out of here, bruh.
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
And so the reason the American Music Awards canceled that was because they didn't want two abusers. Y'all remember that? They didn't want two abusers performing. Two abuser honoring another abuser, and then they get all this backlash, so they decided to cancel. Chris has been mad ever since then, and Sierra backed out, Tiana backed up, but for some reason he stayed mad at Tiana.
You could participate in the goddamn chat, but just stop with the zest, bro. Like, why do niggas try to make niggas feel uncomfortable with the zesty shit? Just have a normal conversation in the chat. We ain't trying to time you out in perpetuity. Just keep the zest the fuck out of it, man. Wrong channel. God damn.
Now, Usher did the whole invite for the party, paid for the party out of his pocket. They have the same management team. Here's where things get sticky. They at the party. Chris is lit. They say he on a few things, okay? He on
Usher did not get a black eye. What am I seeing in the chat right now? Hold on. 427. Let me timestamp this so I don't get lost in this. 427. We coming back. We going into the intro. Y'all missed the intro. The day after, the day following him allegedly getting packed out by Chris Brown and his crew. This is him at the festival. Nothing happened to him. No black eye. Everything you're seeing black eye related is complete cap and Photoshop. This is the day after at the festival. Chris Brown and Usher performed together. Usher went out of his ways to post all of this on IG. Chris Brown kept it pushing. People are gonna run fake news media on them all day. They're actual celebrities. They're not gonna call into your show and be like, "Nah, this shit is cap." They're gonna let y'all sink yourself and lose credibility as a media outlet. So let's get back into this.
Okay, you know, a few things we cannot describe at the moment. Okay, no one wants any more lawsuits because one of the things that he's allegedly on, you got to take a blood test for that. So it doesn't show up in your system after 24 hours, according to the source. Okay, that's what we're gonna leave it on that. Now, you just use your little imaginations. Okay, now he lit. Tiana's at the party. Instantly he changed. So the whole night he been throwing shade at Tiana. Then eventually, like, she got tired of it. He told her to get the fuck out my party. Get the fuck out my party. Now
Stop the cap.
It's a total fabrication.
Where's the footage? Where's the evidence of this? Where's the statement from Tiana Taylor? TMZ has a 12-second video of Chris Brown speaking to Usher with Tiana Taylor on her phone in the background, paying no mind to the conversation, and then they just skate off because it's a skate party. Where's the evidence? This is all conjecture. This is just you spouting out rhetoric.
Usher personally invited Tiana to the party. Okay? And so Usher was like, hold on. No. She not going nowhere. Tiana was like, nah, it's cool. I'm leaving. He literally calling her all types of you ain't this, you ain't that. My thing is, when my sources, I'm like, where the is Tiana's husband? I ain't seen him around in a minute, because I guarantee you, if Emmett was at that party, which he wasn't, all that shit wouldn't have went down. Like, Chris wouldn't have been calling her no
Who?
husband. I ain't seen him around in a minute, because I guarantee you, if Emmett was at that party, which
Oh, she meant to say Iman. I was like, who the fuck did she say was her husband?
she wasn't, all that shit wouldn't have went down. Like, Chris wouldn't have been calling her no this and all of that, right? And besides, you at your birthday party. So Usher tries to get into it to diffuse the situation, telling Tiana she ain't gotta go nowhere. Tiana said, I'm leaving. It's embarrassing. I ain't gotta be here. So as she leaves, Chris is getting upset at how Usher handled the situation.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, this is such a terrible story.
So Chris decides to leave the party that Usher threw for him with his own money. They got the same teams. Now here's another sticky situation. Chris, and I'm gonna see if I could drop, some invitations and stuff like that. We'll see. However, I'm just trying to give y'all the real story of what happened. So
The real story?
It's a total fabrication.
Chris, and I'm gonna see if I could drop, some invitations and stuff like that. We'll see. However, I'm just trying to give y'all the real story of what happened. So Usher follows Chris outside. There's no security following them. They go outside. Usher's talking to Chris. Chris is lit. Chris's team sneaks Usher from the side and they jump him.
Fucking lie!
Don't you still owe Cardi B money for lying? So now you're going to try to do Chris Brown because you think he doesn't give a fuck to sue you? What type of terrible ass story is this? She did not pay Cardi B yet, did she? She's been hiding out. I remember she flew to Morocco trying to hide out. God damn it, let's get back into this.
They beat his ass over him not liking what Usher had to say. Now, Chris has always had this underlying jealousy over Usher because they have the same team, and Usher gets booked for the things that Chris feels like he invented, like the skate thing. Everybody knows Chris has been skating, but they can't market him as a skater. Like, even though you invented that, there's nothing they can do with that because nobody really wants to skate with you. You know what I'm saying? So Usher is the skating brand. He's the face of the skating brand. That's his deal. Nobody wants to deal with you. And so there was more animosity.
Oh, I guess that's the end of her video. I clipped that video out of a video O'Shea Duke Jackson published with the photoshopped black eye on Usher. Listen, O'Shea fucked up on that story. He ran the story. It is what it is. He thought he got credible sources. I ain't coming at him for that. I'm coming from the people that are the journalists. The quote-unquote journalists covering the story, reporting the story, the TMZs. Because when you're just speaking on things that are reported, sometimes you don't comb it through. I'm making excuses for him. He should have done his due diligence, but it is what it is. She's on her phone in the background. They're having a conversation. There's so much footage of them partying and having fun together. Let's get into this, man. There is no evidence to lead you to believe that what they're claiming happened. All right, so Rap updates TV with the fake news. Who else is on the fake news? Let's get it. Whoever the fuck this is, but Hollywood Unlocked is in the link. Yep, Hollywood Unlocked as well. Usher still performing at Lovers and Friends Festival despite being injured from Chris Brown altercation. Sources say he will power through. So he will power through to perform at the concert where he invited Chris Brown, who allegedly packed him out, where they sang on stage and had fun together. What are we talking about here? Y'all just want to run any negative narrative when it comes to Chris Brown, and there's nobody responsible in the media that's going to combat it because everybody's in it for views. And even the retraction could try to get some views, but people ain't even running a retraction. It's just chest out fabricated news.
You're going to run into the wrong squad. It's going to be about 10 niggas dead on the spot.
Damn, Chris Brown.
That nigga he took off on my boy in London, drunk and high. Now he took off on Usher, and Usher was hosting his birthday party.
Now, this is Whack 100 lying through his teeth. Whack 100 just gets on, what's that shit called again? What's that platform that makes no money and everybody's just sitting around talking for no reason? A bunch of chatty patty ho shit. Clubhouse. Yes, this nigga's on Clubhouse with 40 niggas just talking some gossipy shit all the time, lying through his goddamn teeth, making up stories for the clout. That even when I reported on that Sharp shit, him with Sharp, that fight that allegedly happened, they just made it up to try to run a storyline for clout. These niggas are pathetic. You hear from Whack 100, he's the least credible source out here. Especially knowing the history with Chris Brown and Whack 100. How would anybody trust anything this nigga says? Let's get back into this.
Because he went off on Tiana Taylor, called her a bunch of bitches. Usher tried to talk to her, and they took off on him.
And this is what really happened at the party.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friend. Thanks. Happy birthday to you.
No. This one, no. You want to grab it. Only for my brother, man. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to my brother Breezy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
We celebrate a motherfucking legend right now. You understand what I'm saying? If you celebrate a birthday like my brother celebrated a birthday, make some motherfucking noise and give me the name of your best friend, all the single ladies tonight. My nigga Usher put his shit on. But I mean, listen, we get down since youngins and we still.
When you see them in good spirits the entire night, laughing, partying together, Breezy has the spliff in his hand, the bottle. They're enjoying the birthday party, and then after they follow up with a concert, they're enjoying themselves, having a good time on stage. Where are the indications that there was any type of beef, squabble, or fight? Where is the proof? I'm still scouring the internet looking for something other than photoshopped pictures. We don't have nothing. So until then, everybody reporting on it. Everybody reporting on it, saying it's news.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
On that same way, right? We're gonna do something special. We got all your family here tonight. We got Lil Breezy in here tonight. Moms, I see you, Queen. Much love to you.
What up, mama?
It's only right we do this shit like this. You ready? We're gonna take it to the skate rink days. So you gonna do this shit like skate.
Yo, Floyd.
We gotta light this thing up. Whatever the fuck I'm supposed to do. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, another one. Holy shit.
Chris Brown was high again. He just ain't ran into the right ones.
You hear this idiot? This nigga always comes clout chasing for a moment. Always. Oh, he knows some insight. Nigga, you weren't invited in the party. You couldn't get in.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
All the time, whack 100, man.
What he did before, they stripped him once already.
He jumped and he put hands on Usher. They jumped him because I seen Tiana Taylor.
Nah, it was big. Usher was depicting Tiana look like.
Stop it. Get some help.
They said Chris Brown went off on her, cussed her out, called her all kind of shit. Usher was hosting a party for Chris, and I guess while he was trying to like get in the middle of it, they took off on him.
No, you ain't.
Off on Usher. That's some clown shit.
That's some clown ass shit. A 50-year-old Usher. Come on, bro. Like,
Chris still trying to. On the other hand.
See, that's that dusty clubhouse audio. I can't even make out what he's saying. He's just running his mouth, man, all the time for the clout. What up, Lucky? What up, TG? Let's get it. What up, Moxie? Who else is membered in the chat? We done.
about the Porch Lake.
Yeah, Virginia, I said.
Is she still married to that ball player?
Yeah, Amon Shumpert. That's why.
She married.
I love that relationship.
Yeah. He did some weird shit in London too.
He must not be on his meds no more.
Yeah, that drugs. You can look at it, tell he on drugs, lose his mind. They gonna find that OD'd out, fattened out.
Anybody got the link to the next room?
Big Union whooped on him at the steakhouse. He didn't do nothing about that. Yeah. Took his kids' jewelry, all kinds of shit.
God.
Busters. Marks. Straight up. Scared to die. They murder game they ain't real. They they got limits to how far they gonna go. They ain't gonna jump.
Now.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
I'm not listening to anything Whack 100 says unless he comes with some evidence for his claims. He's been fabricating tales for too long on these airways, running storylines like it's Love and Hip Hop and shit. We're not having anything that Whack 100 says unless we got some concrete evidence. So we ain't having that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This is a short show. We have A lot more on the way. This is just to clear up some obvious fabrications in the media. I will change my tune if some evidence comes out. It's not going to happen, though. We ain't going to see it. And none of these media outlets are going to run a retraction. They're just going to try to throw more dirt on Chris Brown's name and be like, look, we have this article, and this article to show that Chris Brown in the past has been, doing all sorts of fuck shit. Meanwhile, all these articles and all these things that they're collecting against him are all cap. Just all lies. And it's like, I'm not Chris Brown's personal PR team. I have no dog in this fight. This is just egregious reporting. It's so bad. But we out. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. A lot more on the way. Yeah.